All right, we are exploring GM Neighborware, which appears to be kind of a liminal space map of just this creepy neighborhood. I'm going to be playing as Cinder in this video and potentially other videos just because it's fun. So yeah, let's look around. Joyce and Stephen Street. You know, I'm gonna have random commentary. I remember whenever I see the name Stephen, I would be like, that's Stefan. But then there are people named Stefan, but it's not spelled like that. So that's Stephen for some reason. It's just one of those weird name things, and that always bugged me. But then again, all words are made up, so whatever. I can't go past this way. This is the boundary. Yeah. Joyce and Stephen again. Oh, they're both Stephen Street? I'm not going to do first person because it's a bit broken. This dragon mod is really fun to use because I've equipped fists. In the first person, you just punch, which is goofy. But the third person model, they actually made it so that she uses her horns, which I think is amazing. I apologize if the game is really loud. There's a broken fence here. Who knows how creepy this map will be. Then again, liminal space stuff tends not to have outright horror, but instead kind of just uneasiness. Let's see if I can get in. If I can't get in normally, well, let's do that. Nothing in the sink. Can't seem to interact with the fridge. The garage. You know, I think what adds to the layer of unusualness is the use of textures from Half-Life 2. Because they're all from photos, which adds this layer of like realism, but it also feels off because you still have to apply the textures in a game-like manner. Like you get a lot of repetition. Like you could see the same, I'm pointing at, there's a rip in the wallpaper and it repeats right here and it repeats again. So like there's always that layer of like it feeling artificial. And then there's just the nature of the rendering itself. Like if this were real life, there'd be shadows above those fan blades. And I'm running around as a purple dragon, which is a little unrealistic. Can I open this garage door? No. A lot of these houses are inaccessible. There's a ladder over there. This is a real house. It looks identical, except for this art. Well, there's no stairs. There's a clock. It's stuck at 8, 15, 20, 8:24? 8:24 a.m. or p.m.? Not that that is relevant. I know that's just a generic clock prop and the time is irrelevant. That room is pitch black. That's interesting. I actually like that. That's cool. It's creepy. My flashlight doesn't work in here. This reminds me of a scene from this animation collection called The Animatrix. And I wouldn't recommend it if you're young because it has really some really violent stuff. But there's an episode in it where these characters are in a glitched part of the world, and since it's glitched, they open a doorway in this building, this old abandoned area, and it just leads to nothing. And I honestly, it's probably like one of the first pieces of like quote unquote liminal space media. I mean, there's definitely been stuff like that before that. I think Twin Peaks, I don't know when that came out, but that's probably, or The Shining. Even The Shining has liminal space things. Oh, I can go out here, but that's the boundary. I'm glad Cinder's looking forward. Normally when I use this third person mod, her eyes glitch out. I don't know why. Let's run over here. I want to go to yeah, but I can't go to yeah. I always wonder what it would be like to live in a place like this. I'm sure you'd be there for an hour, a couple hours, like in a liminal space area, and then the novelty would wear off. Well, that's the climbing animation. It's a little awkward. You live here for a few hours, and then I'm sure you would get tired of it. Just like an actual neighborhood, I guess. Unless you can make friends or have video games at home. If you're wondering why the footsteps sound weird, I replaced them with a mod to make them different than what they were, because the default footstep sound effect for some reason was not what you would expect. It was even worse than this. This is like a generic like boot footstep sound, which doesn't match her running, but it's, trust me when I say it's better than what it used to be. Different art in this room. Could be Italy. I don't know where that is. The same time on the clock. But like I said, it's a generic prop, so why would it be different? This garage is more normal. There's no mirror. An empty room. I realize that with Gmod maps, there's some aspect of, ooh, pool. Ooh. That was a little bit strange. There's some element, sorry, finish my thought. I need to finish my thoughts more. There's some element of like the players are meant to fill out these spaces, but I think with a liminal space map, it's meant to be intentionally kind of empty and creepy. And not that players are necessarily meant to build on it. I mean, they can. I need to hide my friend's notifications. Awkward climbing animation. I think I've seen just about everything this level has to offer. There's windmills. Yay. Water tower, an old water tower from like the Warner Brothers studio lot. Not a modern one. But what's fun about liminal stuff is everything is just ever so slightly off. I just realized this fence is thick, but it doesn't have a texture on the top. Which is fun. Like you wouldn't see a water tower like that in a neighborhood like this. Like everything's frozen in time. The trees are perfectly still. There's a purple dragon running around. Alright, I'm gonna spawn in a vehicle. Oh, the rats. I was gonna do that, but I decided not to. What's fun about this dragon mod is they really thought about how the player looks. So even on the vehicle, she has a sitting position. I apologize with how loud it is. Fun. Alright, I'm gonna see if there's anything else this map has to offer, so I'm gonna enter fly mode or no clip. Yeah, it looks like I'm actually flying. It does not work like actual spiral flying. It's just a free flight mode. But I'm glad they put in the detail of making her look like she was flying. It makes me wish that I could actually like fly around. I think I've seen all the houses. far as I know. Yeah, this is getting a little trippy, so I'm going to go to first person. I don't want the camera snapping around all the time. I don't think I've been in this house. No. No. Nice back patio. Cinder block. Probably not something you'd actually see on a house facade. They would hide that. But that's okay. It adds to the liminal quality of something being wrong. Industrial metal ladder. This implies this building is still under construction, or maybe they're like in survival mode. Maybe there's some zombie apocalypse, or maybe someone got stuck here and has been using fences to modify these homes. Have I flown through all of them? I don't think I've been in here. Oh, jump scare. Hello. Spyro jump scare. I'm glad there's a working mirror. Dark room. Oh, there's more mirrors. Okay. The light source is placed right about here, not at the actual ceiling, which is not normal. Like if you were trying to light realistically, you would place it at the light source. But there's reasons not to do that sometimes. Sometimes it makes things look wrong in other ways. Jump scares. Fun. Alright. Thank you to whoever created this map. It's fun to look around. I like liminal space stuff like this. I don't know what this is. Is it meant to be a radar dish? It makes a sound. Oh! Fun. Ouch. If I can land on it, I can not get hurt. Oh no, you get hurt regardless. This reminds me of when a tornado passed by my neighborhood and the wind lifted trampolines that weren't secured and it put trampolines on people's roofs. So maybe that's what this is. These are trampolines. They just didn't want to make it look fully like a trampoline. Well, that's fun. Alright, I'm going to call it here for this map. Ouch. I wish I could breathe fire with this mod, but I can't. I did look it up. There's flamethrowers, but that's not quite the same. Alright, thanks for watching.